we need to accept that there are things influencing us logically and on a higher spiritual level. So here's why I want you to start considering that. Think of it as a boss. Think of it as a boss. There's a good boss and there's a bad boss, right? I think everyone can say that, or even a teacher. We've all had a bad teacher. We've all had a good teacher. We've all had a good boss and a terrible boss. So if it can happen at school, if it can happen at work, why can't it happen? Those are the logical areas. Why can't it happen in a higher plane, a higher world, a thing that maybe we can't see, or at least to the untrained eye, you can't see, the spiritual level? What if there's things that are actually influencing us for dark and for light? Just like I talked about that Mexican kid who had that issue. Like, there's logical examples of it, but what if those logical examples were actually manipulated by a spiritual thing? Could be possible, right? So if you think about it like that, could they be manifested? Like, did they create that newspaper article and that tooth drawing? Or did someone else do it? Or did that spiritual energy deed not create it themselves, but they created by influences, by situations, by pulling strings to make the person, for example, let's say that Mexican kid and his father, they couldn't actually create those environments themselves. So what they did instead was they targeted the Mexican dad. And by targeting the Mexican dad, they used him as a proxy to create those things. Do you see, like, if they can't actually physically alter or manipulate things because of their spiritual limitations, or maybe they have to respect free will or anything of that nature, how can you bypass that? Well, just say, well, what if I gave you guys all my notes? All of them. Everything that I've done. And I just mail it to you. And I drop it in front of you. There's gold nuggets of wisdom in here. You could create social media posts with it. You could literally write stories with it. You could record it. You could read it and have a pretty good podcast or video. Did I influence you? What do you guys think? I just literally dropped it in front. You don't even know me. I could literally just search a random address in Google Maps and send it to them and give this to them. What do you guys think? Now, let's say it's a 12-year-old girl. I'm like, oops, probably should have done my research and not send it to her. And nothing happens. She just throws it away. But what if it's a 29-year-old ambitious dude that's been trying to figure out how he's going to go viral on social media because that's his dream. And he just clicks with this and he's like, oh my gosh, this is gold. And just like that, I completely changed his reality. I completely changed his path. And it was just by dropping something off. He never even met me. I never physically touched him or physically met him. Think about it. So if you believe that that's possible, if you can believe that that's possible, can you believe that there's a chance? Because I'll just say it. I 100% believe that there are spiritual forces, both light and dark, that are manipulating events and helping events at the same time. And the sooner you're willing to explore that option, the sooner that you're going to not only be protected, but that you can actually use it for your own good as well. We'll talk about it more, but I'm trying to explain it in the most simplistic, logical way first before going into the details, because it's a lot, especially when you can't see it or maybe feel it at first. You can get there, by the way. It's a process to fully understand everything that I'm saying. Think about it like this. There's good signs and bad signs. I can have a stop sign that's clear, and I can have a stop sign that has graffiti on it. Good? Bad. I think we can all be in agreement there. Wouldn't you say? So let's talk really quick about the power of suggestion. If I talk to you about, hey, I have a giraffe growing out of my neck, you can picture a giraffe literally growing out of my neck. If I tell you that I just had a warm coffee that's steaming and I drank in the backyard with an apple tree covering me with beautiful shade and a breeze blowing the crisp yellow leaves across my face, you can picture that. That's called the power of suggestion. Power of suggestion is one of the most dangerous tools, and I should be careful about telling this, but I just need people to be aware. It's one of the most dangerous and powerful tools that you can use in anything. If you want to learn how to be a great salesperson, learn about the power of suggestion. You can start making people believe things that are not even true. All you have to do is continue to suggest it to them. And once the suggestion has seeped in, once the suggestion is in there, just going back to what I first talked about, which is if there's a wound, if you have a wound, a cut, you want to protect it, right? You put that bandaid there for a reason, so nothing. But what if you don't have a bandaid? And all of a sudden, you decide, foolish decision, but so be it, cut like some serranos or jalapeños, or maybe use some hot sauce or salsa, and it seeps in, or maybe some lime juice. It's gonna burn. It's gonna burn. That's what the power of suggestion can do, right? If you have a little cut and you can keep suggesting something to someone, you can literally start making them believe things that aren't true, that aren't real. Like they weren't there inside you before. They literally got planted. That's what the power of suggestion does. Like if I keep telling you, like, man, we should really do a karaoke night one of these days. We should really do a karaoke night one of these days. We should do it, and you keep doing that, 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 and then like every time I text you, like when I be, you're my friend, like every night I say, yo, when are we doing the karaoke night? I might eventually get you to not only be more interested in karaoke, but actually plan it. That's what the power of suggestion does. So imagine if you're a sales guy and you want to start convincing clients that they should upgrade their technology stack and their cybersecurity. Be like, did you hear what happened to the group next door? They got hacked 2 days ago. I just finished helping them recover everything. They almost got everything, but they had to pay $1 million fine or whatever to get their data back from the hackers. Yeah. But we covered half of it. That's just what we do because they're going to use our thing, so we want it to be good, and we're protecting them now. But do you have anything? It's like, those hackers, they're brutal. And what did you just do? You just, now, first of all, they know the people next door. Now they can envision it. Now they can relate. Now they can understand. Now they're afraid. So now you're selling through fear. I mean, do you see where I'm going with this? Like, so what if there's good spiritual things, just like good people, bad spiritual things, just like bad people, and just like a good salesman won't do that, but a bad salesman would. It's signs. You're giving them signs. You're giving them power suggestion. And you keep doing that, and you keep doing that, and you keep doing that, and you keep doing that. And just like the story about the little Mexican kid, what if you start reinforcing it? So now that business is worried about being hacked and cybersecurity. What if all of a sudden now I don't know. Let's just go dark. The dark sales guy does this. He literally pays one of his script kiddies, if you haven't heard of the term. Basically, just think of it like a 20-year-old kid that's a hacker. And I'm like, hey, try to hack them. And all of a sudden, like, they get an alert or something that one of their computers got like their password change and like a background change, and nothing major happened, but you're like, oh, someone literally hacked us. Guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna call me and they're gonna be like, hey, Star Diplomat. I'm like, what's up? can we have a meeting? I'm like, sure. What's up? We want to look into cybersecurity. Something changed our background on our computers, and we don't know of anything else, but we're so worried. I'm like, oh my gosh, no, it might be the hackers. Okay, can we meet tomorrow or Friday? 10 a.m. or 11 a.m.? Two weeks later, I'm doing shots with my boss because we sold him a $300,000 deal per year, 5-year contract. Just like that. That's how it's done. So if it can happen like that, what if it could happen outside? And like I said, what if they can't create the newspaper or the tooth drawing? What if they need someone, an entity, a human, something, a dog, to do it? I don't know, right? Like, I'm not saying that they just manifested. You know, that's a different topic for another day. I won't get into that yet, but if you can start now reinforcing those negative situations, you discover what their fears and their insecurities and their traumas and their pains are. Hey, you know that girl got abandoned by her dad, and maybe she got, I don't know, sexually abused or raped. Pardon the serious topics. Like camp or church when she was young. So for some reason now all of her recommended like videos or ads, there's always discussions about we must protect girls who get raped. It's a good ad, it's a good video, like it's a documentary about, hey, we're literally trying to protect girls who got raped. Like, come on guys, donate, help them. Do you think she's gonna see it that way? Do you think she's gonna be happy about that? Really? No. If she hasn't put in the tremendous amount of work and energy and time to heal that trauma, to heal that trigger, to heal that insecurity, she's gonna be triggered. And even if you've healed it, if you're even a little bit unhealed in any other way, like a trigger can still cause a minor stab. It's like if right now I just poked you with a fork, it's gonna hurt a little bit. Might not hurt as much as a knife, but it still hurts. Do you see how easy it could be? So what if, like, even not thinking about it on the spiritual level, what if literally you can just say, hey, social medias, I'm not gonna name any names, it was like, hey, can we put some of these ads in there? And can we find out which, like can we like read their posts? Like, can we use AI to scan everything that they talk about and study, like maybe we can access their content and their pictures and their private notes with AI on their phone, and we can find out if they actually got raped. Maybe they have a journal and they talk about that. And now we can create specific ads and things of that nature to find out what their triggers are and just keep showing it to them. So now we know that they're going to be afraid. And what if they're afraid? Then, okay, now that we got them afraid, now they're going to want maybe therapy. So now we pushed a therapist. And maybe this therapist encourages them to do something that will help engage with the system and go to work and spend more money, so that then they have to become a slave and get the Venus flytrap. And you guys see the loop? Do you guys see the loop? Do you guys see the loop? This is how it works. And so forth and so forth. And it's just, once you see it, you can't unsee it. It makes sense. All of it is just connected. And like I said, it doesn't even have to be on a spiritual level, right? Like, I truly want people to consider it and start paying attention. Just look at things and be like, wait a minute, how did that happen?